What's up guys, Justin with the Podcast Dojo. Today on Abandoned Locations we will be covering Carousel Mall in San Bernardino, California, or as it was once known, Central City Mall. So let's head on over to the West Coast and visit Carousel Mall. First let's start with the year 1927 with the Harris Company. The Harris Company was a department store and one of the original anchors of the mall, 52 years before the construction of the mall began. However, the city of San Bernardino wanted to revitalize the city and bring in new businesses. Now we will jump forward to October 11, 1972, when the Central City Mall began. The Harris Company was to be one of the first anchors along with Montgomery Ward's and JCPenney's. The mall was 2 floors with 52 stores. There were plans to make Central City Mall a city within a city. There would be an aerial train, park, and even a 4th anchor. However, these plans never happened. I also couldn't find out what the 4th anchor was supposed to be. I'm assuming they never got that far into planning. Most likely the reason why these plans never happened is that the mall was doomed from the start, it seems. It wasn't long after the mall opened that local gangs tended to hang around the mall. I did not find any stories about crimes related to these gangs besides 2, but I'll get to those later as they are much later in the mall's lifetime. If you guys know of any specific stories involving crimes or any of these gangs at the mall, be sure to let me know. Things didn't get much better as shoppers feared the gangs and went to the Inland Mall, which was only 3 miles away. In 1998, the Harris Company had merged with another company called Gottschalk's and moved to Inland Mall. Although in 1991, renovations were done. A carousel was added to the mall along with changing its name to Carousel Mall. This was an attempt to attract more young families into the mall, which didn't work out quite as well as the mall had hoped, but 10 years later, Montgomery Ward's closed in 2001 due to bankruptcy. JCPenney's would leave in late 2003. With the mall being anchorless, the mall allowed mixed use in those vacant spaces with Western Court and lobby offices, and in 2008, the Cinema Star closed down. So now I'll talk about the 2 crimes that happened at the mall. In 2016, a 37-year-old man was shot in the parking lot during a weekly car show in the mall's parking lot. I'll leave a link to the article to this story and the next story in the description. The second story was in 2017. A traffic stop went sour and involved gunshots in the mall's parking lot at 7 p.m. The mall was shut down. The mall would close down to the public on August 22, 2017. There were only 17 stores in the San Bernardino County School and District offices. So what do I think about this mall overall? Well, some might argue that maybe the mall should never have been built because of the gang activity. Although I'm not sure what the area was like then or even now. I've never actually been to that part of California. After all, although it doesn't take much for a neighborhood to turn bad. However, the mall survived 45 years, so maybe the gang violence was present, but heavily exaggerated. Just speculation on my part, because I feel if the gang violence was really bad, it would have closed in no time like Hawthorne Plaza or even Dixie Square did. However, as mentioned, just my speculation. If someone from this area can tell me in the comment section, I would love to hear from you. It also appears that over the years, the mall management were either in over their heads or just didn't seem to care all that much. The city is of course to blame as well. The city fell through on their plans to redevelop the city of San Bernardino. It didn't help that there was opposition and redevelopment in things such as the I-215 freeway. In 2012, San Bernardino filed for Chapter 9 bankruptcy. As of 2017, they are out of bankruptcy, but it still put a damper on redevelopment, I'm sure. And finally, while the mall was dying a slow, painful death for decades, I think the 2 crimes in the parking lot I mentioned earlier were the final straw. However, it is impressive that this mall survived 45 years despite all the factors stacked heavily against it. So that was Carousel Mall. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. If you want more about Carousel Mall, Ace's Adventures did a video tour on the mall, which I will leave links and annotations to his video. So in the meantime, see you guys next time. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you later.